गंगार गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जाय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपार अशुतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपार अशुतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपार अशुतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपार अशुतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपार अशुतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु महाभगवत श्री गोरक्षरस बाबूजी महाराज की जय। नित्याल्प विश्व श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानु गौरिया गुरु वार्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम अक्षय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल कोरमंडल व्रजमंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट विराट गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माय की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। जय श्री श्री भजन रहस्य की जय। श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय श्री चैतन्य शिक्षाष्टक की जय। श्री सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Okay, we'll do the Mangala Charan and then begin. अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Tividito Koriya Gurvanvaye Bhato Bhanuriva Prabhata Gagane Yogora Sankirtanaya Maya Varati Mingilo Daragatan Udritya Jiva Niman Krishna Prema Sudabdi Gahana Sukham Pradat Prabhum Tang Bhaje Vande Bhakti Vinodam Shri Gaura Shakti Swarupakam Bhakti Shastragya Samrajam Radha Rasa Sudha Nidhim Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachirananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Vrishabhanusutan Vitavamatanum Yamuna Tatanagarananda Sutam Murali Kalagita Vinoraparang Bhaja Godrum Kanana Kunja Vidum Smara Gaura Gadadara Kelikalang Bhava Gaura Gadadhara Pakshachara Shrinu Gauragadadhara Charukathang Bhajagodrumakanana Kunjavidum Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vigyaya Devi Tvang Nayamang Charanantikam Bhaktya Vihina Aparadalakshay Kshiptashtakamaditaranga Madhye Kripa Mai Tvam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanaravindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Saruparaya Sangha Harsha Shesha Goshanam Shikshanashtakakya Krishna Kirtanaika Poshanam Prema Nama Matra Vishva Jivanaika Sambharam Prema Dhama Devameva Nomi Gaura Sundaram Premor Bhavita Harsheryo Dvega Mishritam Lapitam Gaurachandrasya Bhagyavarbhir Prabhur Shikshashtak Shloka Jai Pore Shune Krishne Prem Bhakti Tar Bade Dine Dine Shikshashtaka Chinta Koro Smarana Kirtan Krame Ashtakala Seva Have Uddipan. Contemplate the Shikshashtak and engage in Smaran and Kirtan. Gradually, service throughout the 8 divisions of the day will be awakened. Shakala anartha jabe pabe prem dan chatur varga falgu pray habe adarshan. And then all anarthas will disappear and you will attain the treasure of prem dhan. The 4 aims of worldly life, the chatur varga, will appear trivial and fade from view. I forgot to read this one also. So whoever reads or hears the Lord Shikshashtak verses, Jai Pore Shune, whoever reads or hears the Lord's Prabhur Shikshashtak Shloka, Krishne Prem Bhakti Tar Bare Dine Dine. Their Prem Bhakti for Krishna will increase day by day. Dine Dine, day by day. Okay, so now let's recite Shikshashtak. Where is it? Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamaha tavagni nirvapanam Shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam Vedyavadu jivanam Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam Purnamrita svadanam Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kala Etadrishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Janina Nuraga Trinarapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Na dhanam na janam na sundarim Kavitam va jagarisha kamaye Mama janmani janmanishware Bhavatar bhakti rahaitu ki tvai Ainanda tanuja kinkaram Patitam mam vishame bhavam buddho Kripaya tava para pankaja stita dhuli sadrisham vichintaya. Nayanam galarashudharaya vadanam gad gada rudhaya gira pudakarnichitang vapu kada tava nama grahane bhavishyati. Yugayitam nimeshena chakshusha pravrshaitam shunyayitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me ashlisha pararatang pinashtumam adarshanan marma hatam korotu va yatha tatha va vidadhatulam pato mat prananatastu sa eva na para. Mat prananatastu sa eva na para. Jai Śrī Śikṣāṣṭaka ki jai. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, and all devotees watching on YouTube and Facebook, Vangshi Wala Prabhu, Vidyalala Sadidi, Ganga Mataji, and I see there are 9 devotees watching altogether. I don't know who's there. I'm guessing Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Indira Mataji, Raseshwari Mataji, and also pranams to all devotees watching in the future, like uh, Shachi Devi, Jayadev Prabhu, Devati Didi, Dandavat Pranams. So I started late today because I didn't chant hardly any Harinam before the program, and I always, anyways, I just wanted to chant like a few rounds before we started, and so, um, yeah, it's something I noticed with myself. Like I need to just first thing in the morning, I just need to get out of the house and be far away from my computer or phone or anything that can distract me. And that then yeah, when I don't do that, and then I look at my computer and then I respond to an email and then oh my God, I need to do this, and then I just yeah, I that's why I just need to escape. Um, oh, my brother's there. Haribo Krishna Murari. All right. So we are um today, I'm not going to do a recap again because we've done a recap so many times and also it's late. Um, but yeah, now we are going through Gopal Guru's, he explains the more esoteric meaning of the Maha-mantra. Or actually, he goes through the 3 names. Hari, first he explains Hari, and then he explains Hara. So the most basic general understanding of the Maha Mantra is that Hare refers to Hari, and that's Krishna who. Oh, let's see. I don't know Sanskrit, but I'm just gonna try again. Let's see what this means. So actually, it's helpful if I look at the Bengali here, because it makes the Bengali translation is always really simple. So it says Bhagavat Tattva Arthat Shri Bhagavan Chid Ghanananda Vigraha Janite Hoive. Okay, so this first line means Bhagavat Tattva, in other words, Bhagavan, is to be understood, Vigyapya, is understood as the Vigraha, the very embodiment of Ghana. Ghana means condensed knowledge and bliss. He is the very form of condensed knowledge and bliss. Chit Ananda, like Satchit Ananda. He's Chit, cognizance and bliss. And so, let's see, one second. Tini avidya haran koren bolia hari name smaraniya. And because he and yeah, he steals away or he removes avidya. He does that activity, that karyam. Ato, therefore, he is remembered. Smrita means remembered. Harir iti. He's remembered as Hari. So Bhagavan He is the condensed form of Chid and Ananda. And because he steals away our ignorance, he is remembered as Hari. So that is the most basic meaning of the Maha-mantra. Hare means Hari, who removes our ignorance. But then the deeper meaning of Hari is that it's Hara. It refers to Sri Radha, who Harati Śrī Śikṣāṣṭaka Mana, Krishna Ahlada Sarupini. Let's see what the Bengali says. It says, Śrī Kṛṣṇa Ahlada Rupini Śrī Radha Śrī Kṛṣṇa Man Haran Koren Bolia Hara Name Parikirtita. Okay, so Śrī Radha, the embodiment, the very swarup, the very form of Krishna's ahlada, Krishna's pleasure. So she is the very embodiment of Krishna's pleasure, the very form of Krishna's pleasure. She steals away Shri Krishna's mind. Harati steals Shri Krishna Mana, Shri Krishna's mind. Therefore, Haratyanenaiva Shri Radha Parikirtita. Therefore, what's anena? One second, let me just, anena. Anena means by this very name. Okay, anena refers to this name, and eva, it's like gives emphasis, right? So by this very name, Hari, Shri Radha Parikirtita, Shri Radha is glorified. Parikirtita can mean is glorified, is celebrated, is proclaimed, right? Extolled, I mean, yeah. So that's the deeper meaning of Hare. First, it refers to Hari, who removes ignorance, and second, it refers to Hara, who steals Krishna's mind. Okay, and now we come to Krishna. This is the meaning of the word Krishna. Anandaika Sukha Swami Shama Kamalalochana. So let's look at the Bengali. Bengali says, Anandaika Sukha Swami Arthat Shri Krishner Ladini Shakti Ananda Surupa Srimati Radhikar Ekmatra Sukh Surup Swami Kamalalocan Sham Gokuler Ananda Janak Nandanandam Krishna Samgyai Sangita. Okay, so this is saying that the master, the Swami of exclusive happiness, Ananda, and who's that? Who is the embodiment of Ananda? We just read it just before in the previous line. Krishna Ahlada Sarupini. So Ahlada, Ananda, Sukha, these are all synonyms. And so that is an ekosukha, exclusive happiness, is only happiness and happiness, nothing else. And so that is the master of that bliss personified, the Hladini Shakti, Ananda Surupa Srimati Radhika. That's Krishna. Who is that? He is Shama. He has a dark complexion. He's like a rain cloud, right? Darkish like a rain cloud. Kamalalochana. His eyes are like lotuses, lotus petals. And he is Gokula Ananda. He is the bliss of Gokul. He is the Ananda of Gokul. Nanda Nandana. He is the son of Nanda Maharaj. Krishna Iryate. So it's Krishna who is being referred to. That is what's Iryate? Iryate means called. So he is called Krishna. Okay, so he's I wonder if Eka Swami, if it like Eka means Sukha, I guess. He is the sole master of Ananda and Sukha, of happiness and bliss, of or whatever. He is dark complexion, Kamalalochana, Gokulananda, Nanda Nandana. That's Krishna. Okay. Now we come to Rama. So Vaidagdi Sarasarvasvam Murti Lila Didaivatam Radhikam Ramyam Nityam Rama Ityabhidhiyate. Let's see what the Bengali says. Says, Tini Vaidagtya Sar Sarvasva Evam Murta Lilar Adi Devata. Shri Radhikar Sahit Nitya Raman Arthat Surata Lilar Janna Tini Krishna Ram Name Abhihita. Okay. All right. So he is Vaidagta Sara Sarvasam. He is the very essence. Sar means the essence of all. Sarvasa means all. Vaidagti means artistic skill. And especially like skill and cleverness, and especially when it comes to like the highest thing is his skill in amorous in amorous pastimes, right? That's his supreme cleverness, expertise, skill, like that. I think that's why my Gurudev explained it like that. Anyways, um, so and then he is Murti Lila Adi Daivatam. He is the personified. Murti means personified. Adi Daivatam means the presiding deity of Lila, of all pastimes, all sweet pastimes. He is the presiding deity of every single sweet pastime. And Radhikam Ramyam Nityam. He is eternally engaged in, and Ramyam can have two meanings here. It could mean in pleasing Srimati Radhika, or it could also mean enjoying with Srimati Radhika. Could have both meanings. So he's eternally engaged in having amor, like, engaged in lila, reveling with Srimati Radhika and pastimes, or he is giving her pleasure. So Rama Ityabhidhiyate. So thus he is called Rama. So now we have all the four meanings: Hari, Hara, Krishna, and Rama. That's Gopal Guru's explanation. And now Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, what does Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur say in his Bengali verses? Let's see. Chid Ghana Ananda, this is his translation, but always in his translations, he always adds something extra. So, Chid Ghana Ananda Rupa Shri Bhagavan Nama Rupe Avatar Eto Praman. Okay, so Chid Ghana Ananda Rupa Shri Bhagavan. Shri Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, Bhagavat Tattva, he is Chid Ghana Ananda Rupa. He is the very form of condensed. Ghana means condensed. Chid and Ananda, knowledge and bliss. Nam Rupe Avatar Eto Praman. And he has appeared, he has descended in the form of Nam. Eto Praman. This has been established. Praman's not really established. This has been proven, or this is the true knowledge, which has been this is the means of true knowledge. Really, that's like usually what Praman means. But anyways, yeah, this is the evidence, I guess. Then avidya haranakarya hoite nam hari. So from his karya, from his activities of removing ignorance, avidya haran karya hoite, from that activity, his name is Hari. Ataev, therefore, Hare Kṛṣṇa Nam Jai Tori. Therefore, by the names Hare Krishna Name, by the names Hare Krishna, Jai Tari, one crosses over material existence. So that's the first meaning of Hari. Now, Hara. Krishna Hlada Swarupini Shri Radha Amar. Amar means my Shri Radha. She is the very embodiment. She's the very form of Krishna's ahlad, Krishna's pleasure, bliss, his happiness. Krishna man hare tai hara naam dar. She steals Krishna's mind, Hare, Krishna man Hare, therefore, Hara Nam Tar. Her name is Hara. Tar means her. Her name is Hara. Radha Krishna Shabde Sachid Ananda Roop. Hare Krishna Shabde Radha Krishna Swarup. So the words or the syllables Radha Krishna um, denotes Śrī Śikṣāṣṭaka Rupa. It is the very denotes the very form, the very roop of Śrī Śikṣāṣṭaka, Śrī Śikṣāṣṭaka. We know the meaning of Satchidananda. And the syllables Hare Krishna, Shabde Radha Krishna Swarup. And these words Hare Krishna is the very is non-different. It's the very Swarup of Radha and Krishna. So these names of Radha and Krishna, the sound Radha Krishna, is the very form of Satchidananda, and it is the very form of Radha Krishna themselves. Hare Krishna is the Swarup of Radha and Krishna. So Nam and Nami are non-different. The name and the possessors of the name are non-different, basically. Ananda Swarupa Radha Tar Nityaswami. So the very form of Ananda, or the very is Shri Radha, and her eternal master Tar Nityaswami is Kamala Lochan Sham, is Sham who has lotus eyes, Kamala Lochan. And Radhananda Kami, that Sham, always he is Kami. He is always desirous. He is always greedy. He's always eager. He's always yearning for Radha Ananda, Radha's pleasure. Now, Gokula Ananda, so that was the meaning of, no, it's still explaining Krishna. So, Gokula Ananda Nanda, sorry, Gokula Ananda Nanda Nandana Shri Krishna. Radha Shange Shukashvade Sarvada Satrishna. So, that Kamala Lochan Sham, who's always desiring Shri Radha's happiness, he is Gokula Ananda. He is the very bliss of Gokul. He delights all the residents of Gokul. He is the bliss of Gokul. Nanda Nandan Shri Krishna. He is the son of Nanda Maharaj. Radha Shange Sukha Svade Sarvada Satrishna. He is Sarvada, always, at every moment, he is Satrishna. He is thirsting. He is thirsty. Trishna means thirsty. He's always thirsty for what? To relish, aswade, to relish the sukha, the happiness of Radha Sangha, to relish the happiness in the company of Shri Radha, that he experiences in the company of Shri Radha. He's forever thirsting for that. Vaidagda Sara Sarvasva Murtalilaishwar. So he is himself the very, very embodiment, the very master, the Lord of pastimes, Murtalileshwar, and he is Vaidagda Sara Sarvasva. I don't know why I explained it backwards, but he is the essence of Sarvasva, of all that be, all the Vaidagdya. Vaidagdya means arts, cleverness, especially amorous arts. He is the very essence of all that. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so he's the essence of all cleverness, especially in amorous pastimes. And he is the master of the embodiment of Leela. He is the Lord of all sweet pastimes. Shri Radha Ramana Ram Nam Atapar. Therefore, his name, his nam, is Shri Radha Raman. That is the meaning of Ram. Shri Radha Raman. He who revels who enjoys with Shri Radha. And I mentioned yesterday, Shivas thinks that the etymology for the word Ramana, for romance, comes from Ramana. Like, you just change this word here, and add a CE, and then they have romance. So Ramana, romance. Radha Ramana. So, okay, so Hare Krishna Maha-mantra, Shri Yugala Nam, Yugala Lilar Chinta Koro Aviram. So the Hare Krishna Maha-mantra is the Yugal Nam, the name of the divine couple. And so, therefore, Yugal Lilar Chinta Koro Aviram. Therefore, always, especially when we chant the Mahamantra, Koro, we should incessantly, Aviram, that means without any break. So incessantly, we should remember the pastimes of the divine couple. Yugal Lilar Chinta. Should contemplate, meditate on the pastimes of the divine couple. All right, that's Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's explanation of this verse. What time is it? Oh my God, it's already 7:38. Okay, so now we are going to look at different explanations from our acharyas on, sorry that took so long. We're going to look at other explanations, elaboration on the sweetness of the name. These are commentaries on the Mahamantra. This is from my Gurudev's book, what is it called? Hare Kṛṣṇa Mahā-mantra, I think. So in the middle of the book, he gives he gives the commentaries of all different acharyas on the Mahamantra. So let's see how far we get. Probably get halfway through it, I'm guessing. Commentaries on the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna Rama iti nama trayatmako Mahamantra tasmin sambodhanatmakani trini namani santi. So the Mahamantra consists of three names, Hari, Krishna, and Rama. Each name is in the vocative case, meaning it is a direct address, a calling out. Sambodhan. In Sanskrit, it's called Sambodhan. Sambodhan means when you're calling out to somebody, when you say, oh Nri Hari Prabhu, oh Sarveshwari Mataji, oh Anari Krishna Prabhu. It's in Sanskrit, the word actually changes. So when you say, oh Radha, it's Radhe. So when you say oh Hara, it's Hare. Or when you say oh Hari, it's also Hare. Elaboration on the sweetness of the name. So that is, now we're going to, it's going to elaborate on the sweetness of the name, Madhuryamai. An elaboration on the sweetness of these three names is as follows. And this is what we just went over. Let's see how it's translated here. By providing a clear understanding of the conclusive truth about his nature, Sri Bhagavan, the embodiment of eternity, knowledge, and bliss, destroys avidya, or the absence of knowledge. Avidya is the absence of knowledge, and its concomitant result, ignorance. Therefore, the name Hari, one who takes away, is an appropriate name to remember him. And now, it is only the lotus-eyed Nandanandan Shri Shyam Sundar, the nectarian embodiment of bliss, who bestows bliss to all the residents of Gokul, and who is referred to as Krishna, the all-attractive one. Then Shri Krishna is the Lila Murtiman Vigraha. He is the personification of transcendental pastimes, or the presiding deity of such pastimes. He is the crest jewel of all those who are rasik, who can fully relish transcendental mellows. And he is supremely clever in all arts. Because he eternally makes Srimati Radhika enjoy amorous pastimes, in other words, because he gives her pleasure, he is also known as Rama. Interesting. It says that this is from the Brahmanda Puran, Uttarakhanda, 655. So I guess when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said it was Gopal Guru Goswami, so I guess maybe Gopal Guru Goswami was quoting the Brahmanda Puran. Thanks for letting me explain it also. It was probably kind of boring listening to me try to figure out all the words, but I know it's very helpful for me when I do that. I find myself automatically memorizing the verse without even trying because I tried to figure it out. I tried to explain it. I wrote a whole article on this, or at least a big part of the article was about this, about how the best way to memorize automatically without any effort to memorize a verse or understand a verse is to try to explain it. Okay, so that was Madhurya Mai, the Madhurya Mai, the sweet explanation of the name. Now is the Aishwarya Mai explanation of the name, elaboration on the opulence within the name. Harita Trividaltapam Janmakoti Shatobdhavan Papam cha Smaratang Yasmat Tasmad Dharir iti Smrita. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is known as Hari because he steals from those devotees who remember him. What does he steal? He steals the threefold miseries of countless births and the sinful activities performed by the body, mind, and words. And the threefold miseries, we all know that, is Adi Adhyatmic, Adi Bhautik, and Adi Daivik. Adhyatmic means that which is coming from one's own self, one's Atma, right? So that's, one's own body, one's own mind. And then Adi Bhautika means that which is coming from those outside of ourselves, from the world, from the people, from other people. And then Adi Daivik, that's miseries given by the demigods, like floods and hot weather, cold weather, all sorts of things like that, drought. And also, I think the planetary influences, the astrological influences, that's also Adi Daivik. So Krishna removes all those, that Hari, and therefore he's called, Hari. Now, Krishir Bhuvachaka Shabdo Nashcha Nivritti Vachaka Tayor Aikyam Param Brahma Krishna Ityabhidhiyate. The verbal root Krish means all attractive, and the word Na means blissful. The combination of these syllables refers to Sri Krishna, the embodiment of bliss, the all-attractive Parabrahma. Interesting. I didn't know about Na meaning bliss. So just the first part means all attractive, Krish, and then Na means blissful. All attractive embodiment of bliss. That's Krishna. Cool. Now, Ramante yogino nante satyanande chiratmani iti Rama pade naso parang brahma bhidiyate. Yogis on the transcendental platform derive great joy by meditating upon him as the infinite form of supreme bliss, the Nityananda Swarup. And he who has a transcendental form, a Chinmay Swarup. So they meditate on him as Nityananda, as the embodiment of supreme bliss, eternal bliss, and Chinmay Swarup. He has a transcendental form. For this reason, that Krishna is also called Rama, the supreme enjoyer, Rama. Interesting. All right, so those are the two explanations, the Madhuryamai explanation and the Aishwaryamai explanation. And now, what time is it? How much more time do we have? Okay, we still have 15 minutes. The commentary that explains how the divine couple can be remembered within the name. So now is Yugal Smaran Mai. First Madhurya Mai, Aishwarya Mai, and now is Yugal Smaran Mai. Mano Harita Krishnasya Krishna Hlada Swarupini Tato Hara Shiradhaiva Tasya Sambodhanam Hare. Shri Radha is the pleasure potency. She is the Hladini Shakti of Shri Krishna. It is she who is known as Hara, one who steals away, because she can captivate Krishna's mind. Hara becomes Hare in the vocative case. Apagrihya trapam dharmang dharjam manam vrajastriya denuna karshati grihat tena Krishno bhidhiyate. By the sound of his flute, Braj Raj Kumar, the young prince of Braj, steals away the natural shyness, the sense of dharma, religiosity, the pride and patience of the cowherd damsels, and attracts them away from their households. Therefore, he is known as Krishna. So the key word in here is karshati, I think, right? Krish means to attract, and Venuna, by his flute, karshati, he attracts grihat from their homes. Therefore, he is abhidhyate. Abhidhyate means he is known as Krishna. Krishna. So Venuna karshati grihat. By the flutes, he attracts away from their homes. Grihat. And also, he steals away the dharma and patience of the Vrajastriya, of the Vrajaramanis. Okay. Wait, what does trapam mean? Does that mean shyness? I'm guessing that means shyness. And apagriha means, so he takes away the trapam, shyness, the religiosity, and the patience. Trapam, dharmam, dharyam. And the mind also. Right? I'm guessing. Anyways. All right. So now that same Krishna, sorry, let's read the Sanskrit first. Ramayatyani shamrupa lavanyar vrajayoshitam mana panchendriyaniha ramastasmat prakirtita. That same Krishna, with the extraordinary beauty of his form, his rupa lavanya. Lavanya is such a beautiful word, isn't it? It means beauty, or there's other words for it. Anyways, whatever. So that same Krishna, with the extraordinary beauty of his form, his rupa lavanya, he always surcharges the minds and senses of the cowherd damsels with ever-increasing bliss. For this reason, he is glorified as a Rama. I really like this. It's so interesting how Rama, it's explained how he gives pleasure to Srimati Radhika. Now here it's saying he gives pleasure to the mind and the five senses of the gopis, of the Vraja Yoshitam. So therefore he's called Rama. Because usually it's the other way around. Everybody's trying to give pleasure to Krishna. But then just automatically he also wants to give pleasure to his gopis, to his devotees, to all the Vrajavasis. So therefore he's a Rama. All right, what time is it? 7:50. We have 10 minutes. How long is Jiva Goswami's commentary? Okay. I think we can get through this in 10 minutes. And then tomorrow we'll read Gopal Guru Goswami's commentary and Raghunath Das Goswami's and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's commentary. So, okay, so Srila Jiva Goswami. Sarva cheto hara Krishnas tasya chitang haratyaso vaidagdi saravistarar attorada hara mrita. Okay, so now the meaning of the first Hare in the Maha-mantra. Sri Krishna Chandra's transcendental beauty captivates the minds of all. Krishna captivates the minds of all, but Srimati Radhika captivates even the mind of Sri Krishna by exercising her unrivaled cleverness. Therefore, she is known as Hara. Hara in the singular case, Hara in the singular vocative case is Hare. Okay, yeah. So Krishna captivates the minds of everybody. Sarva Cheto Hara Krishnas. Krishna attracts the Cheta, the heart or the minds of Sarva, of everything, everybody. But Tasya Chetam, but his heart, his minds, Haratyaso, by who does that? By Dagda Sara Vistarar, by exercising her the essence of all cleverness is therefore Radha. She Radha. She's known as Hara. Okay. Karshati Swiyalavanya Murali Kala Nishvanai Shri Radha Mohana Guna Lankrita Krishna Iryate. So Krishna, Shri Hari, who is adorned with qualities that bewilder the three worlds, constantly attracts Srimati Radhika by his youthful beauty and the sweet sound of his flute. Therefore, he is called Krishna, the all-attractive one. Okay, so it says Karshati, he attracts. That's the key word here is Karshati, right? Krish and Karshati means attracts. And how does he attract? Swiya Lavanya Murali Kala Nisvanai. So Swiya means his own, Lavanya, his own beauty, and the Murali Kala, the sweet sounds, the Kala means sweet sound of the Murali, Nisvanai. What's Nisvanai mean? Nisvana. I don't know. Yeah, I should know that. Anyways, whatever. Shri Radham Mohana Guna. And so he is Guna Alankrita. So he is adorned, Alankrita, with the quality of that bewilder, Mohana. That bewilder who? Shri Radha. Therefore, he is known as Krishna. He is adorned with the quality of Mohan, of bewildering, attracting Shri Radha by the sweet sound of his flute, the Murali Kala, and by his Swiya, his Lavanya. Thereby he Karshati, he attracts Shri Radha and bewilders. Oh, here it just says Mohana Guna means he bewilders the three worlds. Interesting. Okay, so anyways, okay, never mind. I was saying that he bewilders Shri Radha, but this says Karshati, attracts Shri Radha, and the translation here says that he bewilders the three worlds. Okay. So therefore, he's known as Krishna. Sorry, I'm going through this so slowly because normally I just read through this quickly and then I wouldn't remember anything. But now I'm able to remember something, and that's the whole point of this, right? Is so that when we chant the Mahamantra, we have a deeper understanding of each word in the Mahamantra. So yeah, I think it's good that we go through it slowly. Okay, so now Shruyate niyate rase harina harinekshana ekakini rahakunje haryeyam tena katyate. So Hare, the third Hare in the Mahamantra, or the second Hare in the Mahamantra, means Shri Krishna kidnapped the doe-eyed Srimati Radhika, taking her alone to a secluded forest bower, away from the Rasa Mandal. This has been learned from the words of the most exalted saintly personalities. Therefore, Radhika is known as Hara. I don't know why it keeps on repeating that. Hara in the vocative case becomes Hare. We know that already. And it doesn't say that in the Sanskrit, I don't think. It is. Or maybe it does. I don't know. But that's interesting. So in this one, it's she who is stolen by Krishna, right? Srimati Radhika taking her alone to seclude. So Krishna kidnapped, or he stole Harina, Srimati Radhika. Therefore, she is known as Hara, the one who is stolen, I guess. I'm gonna have to look at this on my own sometime also and really try to understand it because yeah. Anyways, now the next one. Anga Shamalima Stomai Shamali Katakanchana Ramate Radhaya Sardham Ata Krishna Nigadyate. Now Krishna, the magnificent effulgence emanating from his dark limbs, can convert Sri Radha's golden complexion to the luster of a dark sapphire, Shama Varna. That Radha Raman Shama Sundar is called Krishna. Wow. We usually hear about Krishna's complexion becoming golden, and like Sachinandan Gaur Hari. And this time it's the other way around. Krishna, can convert Srimati Radhika's golden complexion to the luster of a dark sapphire. Shama Varna. Can you imagine Srimati Radhika with a dark complexion, Sham Varna? Well, we have seen that actually in the Tota Gopinath temple, right? That's, yeah. In Puri, Srimati Radhika and Lalita Devi both have dark complexions, Sham Varna. Okay, so that Radharaman Sham Sundar is called Krishna. I'll look at the Sanskrit later because I don't know Sanskrit, and so I need to like look things up and spend a bit of time before I can understand everything. I'm not very good at explaining on the spot. Okay, now, so that was the second Krishna in the Maha-mantra, and now is the third Krishna in the Maha-mantra. So Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, the first Krishna there. Kritvaranye sarashreshtam kantayano matastaya akrishya sarvatirthani tajjnanat Krishna iryate. So the third Krishna means Shri Hari manifested Shamakund, the topmost of all beautiful lakes, in the forest of Raj near Govardhan. He did this in accordance with the desire of his beloved Shri Radhika, and he attracted all holy places to it. Therefore, learned people who understand this deep secret call him Krishna. He's Krishna because he attracted all the holy places to it. Akrishya Sarva Tirthani. Okay. Now the fourth Krishna. Krishyate Radhaya Premna Yamuna Tatakananam Leelaya Lalitaschapi Dhirai Krishna Udahrita. Krishna, fourth Krishna. Although his pastimes in the kunjas on the bank of the Yamuna, although his pastimes in the kunjas on the banks of the Yamuna in Vrindavan bewilder the world, the all-attractive Dhir Lalit Nayak, Shri Hari, is attracted by the transcendental prem of Shri Radhika, which is celebrated by the name Mahabhav. That is why intelligent people call him Krishna. Wow, that's really nice. Oh, and let's look at the definition of Dhir Lalit Nayak. Dhir Lalit Nayak. Dhir Lalit Nayak is as attractive as Cupid, ever youthful, expert at joking, never anxious, controlled by his beloved's prem, and expert in loving affairs. He is rasik, charming, and dexterous. That is the meaning of Dhir Lalit Nayak. Okay. Yeah, so this one, it's Krishna usually it's Krishna attracting, right? And the first one was, what was the first one? First one was he attracts Srimati Radhika with the sweet sound of his flute, his beauty. He attracts Srimati Radhika. And then in the second one, no. Then in the second Krishna, it said that he can convert Srimati Radhika's golden complexion to a Shambarna, to a dark complexion. So that's and then the next Krishna is that he attracted all the holy places into Shamakund. And now the fourth one is that he himself is attracted by Srimati Radhika. He's attracted by the transcendental prem of Srimati Radhika. Cool. Okay. What time is it? Oh, it's 8:02. Okay, we got to end here. Well, actually, let's just finish the first line. I'm just going to read it quickly, these next two verses, and then we'll finish for today. And we can try to go through this again tomorrow, like try to memorize the main point of each, we have a big long sentence here, but it'd be nice to memorize the main point from each one. So remember the four Krishnas, the four Haras, what is the speciality of each one? Yeah, and then it will stick. Otherwise, what's the point of just reading it once and we don't even really, nothing sticks. Yeah. So Hritavan Gokule Tishtan Arishtam Pushtapungavan Shri Haristam Rasad Uchai Rayatiti Haramritam. So the next Hare, the third Hare, whilst living in Vraj, Shri Krishna stole away the life force of the strong bull-like demon Arishtasura. At that very moment, Srimati Radhika, in great jubilation, she loudly chanted Hari Hari. For this reason, Shri Radha is known as Hara, because she chants out Hari Hari. I don't know why it keeps on saying it. In the vocative case, Hara is addressed as Hare. Okay, so she says Hari Hari. Therefore, she's called Hara. When did she say that? When Krishna stole away the life force of the strong bull-like demon Arishtasura. Okay, now Hyasputam Rayati Priti Bharena Haricheshtitam Gayatiti Mata Dhirar Hararasa Vichakshanai. Now the fourth Hare. Shri Radhika sings the pastimes of Shri Krishna in indistinct tones, and sometimes, out of intense affection, she sings loudly. Therefore, learned scholars who are expert in discerning Ras Tattva refer to her as Hara. All right, so that's our program for today. Tomorrow we'll go through this first half very briefly, just to get the main essence of each name, and then we'll go through the second half more thoroughly. And let's see if I get time to look at the Sanskrit, then I can try to explain it better. But yeah, we'll go through Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, Jai Shri Radhe. Let's end our program for today. Let's do a quick Maha-mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, O Gaur Hari Bol. And yeah, by becoming clear on the meanings, all these explanations of the names, the meanings of Hari, the meanings of Hara, the meanings of Krishna, Rama, then we can do Nam Artha Chintan, which we read about yesterday, right? Can meditate on the meaning of the names in the Maha Mantra. And by that, we can fix our minds. We can purify our minds. We can, what was another quality? We won't be restless. Anyways, all those different qualities, that will happen if we meditate on the meaning of all the names. So that's why we're doing this. And maybe it'll take a couple days to get through all this, but I think it's good. The more time we spend on it, the more it will stick, and then that will increase our chanting of japa, like the quality of our japa. So Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Swapasha Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopigan Ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Venda Devi Ki Jai, श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, समागत गौर भक्त जय, श्री भजन रहस्य की जय, जय श्री चैतन्य शिक्षाष्टक की जय, Jai Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai. And we're just reading Jiva Goswami Pad's commentary. So Jai Shila Jiva Goswami Pad ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Kuti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Shri Hare Kṛṣṇa Mahā-mantra ki Jai. Jai Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsidevai Priyai Keshavashacha. Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha. Pancha Kalpatarubhyashta Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams Niri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu. And on YouTube and Facebook, all right, well, there's 15 devotees. That's a lot. Vamshivala Prabhu, Vidyalala Sadidi, Ganga Mataji, my dear brother Krishna Murari. And I don't know who else is there. If you write a comment, I'll see your name. Also, Shachi Devi and Jaydev Prabhu, Revati Didi, Indira Mataji, I'm guessing, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Raseshwari Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. See you all tomorrow to go through the next half of the Maha-mantra. And maybe it'd be cool to make a chart so we could have the syllable and then all the different explanations in it. I don't know. See if I could do that quickly. Oh, Dandavat Pranams, Shripad Bhaktivedanta Sajan Maharaj. Dandavat Pranams, Maharaj. Very well. All right. See you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe. Is there anything anybody wants to mention before we